Have Prince Harry and Meghan Markle's biggest gamble finally backfired? For years, many believed the couple had a carefully planned exit from royal life. But what if leaving wasn't their original goal at all? What if their strategy was to reshape their roles from within, only to discover the palace had other plans? As new claims, royal commentary, and public reactions continue to fuel debate, this story raises one fascinating question. Did Harry and Meghan miscalculate the outcome? In today's video, we'll explore the timeline, the key moments, and the arguments behind this controversial theory, while separating speculation from confirmed facts. When Prince Harry and Meghan Markle announced their intention to step back from royal life in early 2020, one of the most discussed aspects of their proposal was the idea of remaining partially involved in official royal duties while also building independent careers. This concept quickly became known as the half-in, half-out model. According to the couple's public statement, they hope to continue supporting Queen Elizabeth II, represent the monarchy on selected occasions, and maintain their commitment to charitable work. At the same time, they wanted greater financial independence and the freedom to pursue commercial opportunities outside the traditional structure of the royal family. The proposal represented a significant departure from long-standing royal practice. Working members of the royal family have traditionally been expected to devote themselves fully to public service, while avoiding commercial activities that could create conflicts of interest or raise questions about the use of royal status for private gain. Harry and Meghan believed there could be a modern approach that balanced public service with personal independence, allowing them to continue many of their existing responsibilities while reducing the pressures that had come with their roles. Their vision included dividing their time between the United Kingdom and North America, where they believed they could enjoy greater privacy while continuing to support charitable initiatives and royal causes. They also expressed a desire to become financially self-sufficient, rather than relying on public funding associated with their official duties. Supporters viewed the proposal as an innovative attempt to modernize the monarchy and adapt to changing circumstances, while critics argued that such an arrangement would blur the lines between royal service and private business, creating challenges for the institution's neutrality, accountability, and long-established constitutional traditions. Buckingham Palace ultimately rejected the proposal because it conflicted with one of the monarchy's long-established principles. Working members of the royal family are expected to dedicate themselves fully to public service, without combining official duties with private commercial interests. Palace officials maintained that there could not be a flexible arrangement in which the Duke and Duchess of Sussex continue to represent the Crown while also pursuing independent business ventures, media projects, and financial opportunities. The concern was that such a model could create confusion over when they were acting on behalf of the monarchy and when they were acting as private individuals. Another major issue involved the use of royal titles, branding, and institutional resources. Officials were reportedly concerned that maintaining an official royal role while entering commercial partnerships could blur the distinction between public service and personal profit. Protecting the political neutrality and credibility of the monarchy has long been viewed as essential, and any perception that royal status could be leveraged for financial gain was considered a significant risk to the institution. Security arrangements, funding, and accountability also played an important role in the discussions. Working royals receive publicly funded security in connection with their official responsibilities, and a hybrid model raised difficult questions about who would be responsible for funding protection during private commercial activities. The palace also emphasized that official representatives of the monarch must remain fully accountable to established protocols, expectations, and constitutional responsibilities. Following discussions with Queen Elizabeth II and senior members of the royal family, it was decided that the proposed arrangement would not be approved. Instead, Prince Harry and Meghan Markle faced a clear choice: remain full-time working royals under the existing framework, or step away from official duties entirely while pursuing an independent life outside the institution. After the proposal for a hybrid royal role was declined, Prince Harry and Meghan Markle formally stepped back as senior working members of the royal family in March 2020. Their departure marked one of the most significant changes to the modern monarchy in decades, drawing global attention and intense media coverage. The couple initially relocated to Canada before settling in California, where they began building a new life focused on private business ventures, charitable work, and raising their family away from the daily responsibilities of royal service. As part of the agreement, Harry and Meghan stopped carrying out official engagements on behalf of Queen Elizabeth II and no longer represented the monarchy at state events in their previous capacity. They also relinquished the use of the Her Royal Highness style in practice, although they retained the titles of Duke and Duchess of Sussex. Several honorary military appointments and royal patronages were returned to the Crown and later reassigned to other members of the royal family after the arrangement became permanent in 2021. Financially, the couple announced their intention to become independent and eventually repaid the public funds used to renovate Frogmore Cottage, their former UK residence. They later signed commercial agreements in media and entertainment, launching projects that included documentaries, podcasts, and other content. Their transition from working royals to independent public figures generated both praise and criticism, with supporters viewing it as a bold pursuit of personal freedom and critics questioning aspects of their public role after leaving the institution. The move also reshaped family relationships, intensified public debate about the future of the monarchy, and influenced ongoing discussions about the balance between tradition, personal choice, and the evolving expectations placed on members of the royal family. After stepping away from their roles as senior working royals, Prince Harry and Meghan Markle focused on establishing independent careers while continuing to promote causes they said were important to them. Settling in California provided greater privacy for their family and allowed them to pursue opportunities outside the traditional framework of the monarchy. They founded the Archwell organization, which serves as the umbrella for their charitable initiatives, as well as selected media and creative projects. Through this platform, they have supported programs related to mental health, community development, digital safety, and humanitarian efforts. The couple also entered the entertainment and media industry by signing agreements to produce documentaries, podcasts, and other original content. These projects often explored topics such as mental health, leadership, social issues, and their own experiences in the public eye. Their high-profile television interview discussing life within the royal family attracted worldwide attention and sparked extensive debate, leading to widespread media coverage and public discussion across many countries. Prince Harry later published his memoir, offering his personal perspective on growing up within the monarchy, military service, family relationships, and the events surrounding his departure from royal duties. The book became an international bestseller, while also generating significant controversy because of its candid descriptions of private family matters. Throughout this period, public opinion remained sharply divided. Supporters praised the couple for speaking openly about personal challenges and pursuing financial independence, while critics argued that repeated public disclosures about royal life created further tension with the institution and damaged family relationships. Their transition demonstrated both the opportunities and challenges of building a global public profile outside the royal family while remaining closely connected to one of the world's most recognized institutions. One of the most debated interpretations of Prince Harry and Meghan Markle's departure is the idea often described as the biggest bluff theory. This is a theory expressed by some royal commentators and observers, not an established fact. According to this perspective, the couple may have believed their proposal for a hybrid role would encourage negotiations, eventually leading Buckingham Palace to accept a compromise that allowed them to remain connected to the monarchy while enjoying greater personal freedom and financial independence. Supporters of this theory argue that Harry and Meghan expected their popularity, public support, and global profile to strengthen their negotiating position. Those who promote this view often point to the couple's original proposal, which suggested continuing selected royal duties alongside independent commercial work. They argue that the proposal reflected an expectation that a middle ground solution could be found, rather than a complete departure from royal life. When the palace instead insisted that there could be no half-in, half-out arrangement, the negotiations resulted in a much clearer separation than some observers believe the couple anticipated. Others strongly disagree with this interpretation. They argue that Harry and Meghan genuinely wanted to leave the pressures of full-time royal life and that their subsequent actions, including relocating to the United States, launching independent business ventures, and establishing charitable initiatives, demonstrate a commitment to creating a new future outside the institution. From this perspective, the decision was not a failed negotiation, but a deliberate choice to pursue greater autonomy, despite the personal and professional challenges involved. Because many discussions surrounding private negotiations took place behind closed doors, the full intentions and expectations of everyone involved remain known only to the participants, leaving room for continued speculation, differing interpretations, and ongoing public debate. Several years after stepping back from their roles as senior working members of the royal family, Prince Harry and Meghan Markle continue to live in California, where they balance family life with charitable work, public speaking, and selected media projects. Their Archwell organization remains the primary platform for many of their philanthropic initiatives, while both have continued to appear at conferences, community events, and international engagements focused on causes such as mental health, online safety, and support for veterans. Although they are no longer working royals, their activities continue to attract significant global media attention because of their connection to the British monarchy. Relations between the couple and the royal family have remained the subject of ongoing public discussion. While there have been occasional family gatherings for major events, including significant royal ceremonies, reports from commentators suggest that relationships have experienced periods of strain following public interviews, documentaries, and Prince Harry's memoir. However, many aspects of those private family dynamics remain unconfirmed, and much of the public conversation is based on media reporting and commentary rather than official statements. Public opinion also continues to be divided. Some people believe Harry and Meghan successfully built independent careers while using their platform to advocate for issues they consider important. Others argue that their departure resulted in the loss of the unique influence and responsibilities that came with being senior members of the royal family. The debate over whether their strategy ultimately succeeded or backfired remains a matter of personal interpretation rather than settled fact, with supporters and critics continuing to reach different conclusions based on the same series of events and publicly available information surrounding their decision to step away from official royal duties.